Make haste, my fellow associate. Misfortunately, in possession of only one organ, which purpose is to detect light and convert it into electrochemical impulse. I repeat, make haste. Do not reduce your velocity, as the distance from our current position to a construction built specifically for taking refuge is at the moment of relatively low numerical value. It appears I have been blown by a rapid increase in volume and release of energy in an extreme manner. I say. Excuse me, I am in need of medical attention.
Remain neglected for a small amount of time, as I am about to announce the most exquisite fragment of this narrative. And so, when it was the time for the recipient of healthcare services to regain consciousness, it suddenly struck him that his organism's supporting structure was not present at that moment, and the healthcare provider has vanished in such manner that he has never been found up to this day. And that, my colleague, would be the final outcome of the story, which subject was deprivation of a document recording permission to perform activities directly related with restoration of damaged living tissue, organs and biological system. My fellow ornithological companion of family Columbidae, whose name is identical to the name of one of the most famous Greek mathematicians and physicists, who is particularly known for his foundations of hydrostatics, begone. The intestines of the large caliber weaponry specialist are not sterile and therefore most likely hazardous for you. Those AVES class representatives. As for now, the majority of myogenic muscular organs responsible for pumping specialized bodily fluid that delivers necessary substances such as nutrients and oxygen to the cells throughout the vessels by repeated rhythmic contractions were not able to hold out against a potential difference of this magnitude, however. Would you be so kind as to provide me with information of the origin of this sudden, loud sound? Of course, my colleague. It was nothing more than a particular auditory effect commonly associated with developmental activity in science or technology. I do believe this one shall prove appropriate. May I take this opportunity to ask you to irreversibly end all of my life functions? I shall perform this action after the satisfactory amount of time had passed. Would you remind me on which stage of our current operation we have come to a halt? Never mind, I have concluded that by myself at this very moment. I urge you to start your operative activity, as it is crucial for our advancement. I am forced to admit that the resultant process you have just witnessed appears to be satisfactory in quality. It is indeed characterized by considerable amount of excellence. My associate, are you certain that my present state of consciousness is actually proper for the procedure you are about to perform? Yes, it is in fact against common standards, as it is recommended for the recipient of medical treatment to be in state of suspension of voluntary bodily functions and, complete or partial, of consciousness. Since you are not in the said state at the present, would you be so kind as to assist me in widening your arrangement of bones in the thorax? It appears I am unable to. I assure that you do not need to torment yourself with disturbing thoughts regarding the fracture of your rigid supportive organ, as it will regenerate over a finite amount of time. Unfortunately, I am aware that my previous statement was in fact a false one. As the procedure of restoring my body to its full functionality so I may perform my assignments is now complete, I am eager to know what shall be our next activity.
Next,
I suggest venturing into the area of conflict with hostile opposition and performing acts of restoring and preserving life functions of our fellow brothers in arms.
I am in an immediate need of medical assistance. I appreciate your assistance. I call loudly in delight and amusement as my bludgeoning weapon strikes you in such a manner that it is highly probable that you are now suffering from being unconscious or dead, should your vertebral column be fractured.
My fellow healthcare provider in charge of maintaining and restoring the vital life functions of me and our comrades. Are you certain that the outcome of this skirmish, which heavily depends on proper handling of the device capable of restoring functional and metabolic efficiency currently in your possession, is going to be a success?
I cannot provide you with such information, for the aforementioned device has never been used in this very specific way. Therefore there is quite a number of possible consequences, both positive and negative. However, this problem can easily be solved empirically, as you shall now observe.
I say. Your efforts which purposes injuring me are futile, for it appears that the energy-based membrane of microscopic thinness which extends over my entire body is in fact unpenetrable by firepower of any kind, specifically your rocket-propelled explosive missiles.
It appears that your organism has been restored to its full functionality. You may leave now, as our colleagues also await medical attention. Let me announce that I am truly grateful for your assistance. My fellow gentlemen of noble stature, I assure you, the medical treatment you are about to experience shall be beyond your range of comprehension. Due to extensive amount of physical suffering and distress, which are unavoidable fragment of said treatment. That auditory sensation was very similar to one produced by my domesticated companion of family Columbidae, yet deadened as if its origin would be enveloped in layer of cloth and living tissue.